in comfortably, then we'll begin.
Hey, good evening and welcome everybody. It's Saturday night and we've got a crazy Silly Shill Show coming at you where we're looking at Crater Earth. Yes, for the love of God, flat Earth isn't enough, so we had to dive into Crater Earth. And we've got ourselves a sponsor segment tonight as well. And then Mike Bertelson's going to take us through a little stroll of stupid on Facebook that he found. And it's an absolute doozy, but we're going to try something here and hopefully this works, and we'll go right to the headlines to get us going. So good evening, folks, and what can I tell you? President Biden, during his recent tour of Area 51, is said to have lost his mind and had a hissy fit. The president was both quoted as saying, "You showed the damn aliens to both President Whitmore and President Lanford, and you better just show them to me right now." White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain was also visibly upset as he was both told that Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum would be on the tour. The president vowed to fire everyone and replace them with the monkeys at the typewriters as soon as the novel is finished. More details as they come in. In world news, there's a report of a polar bear being held captive by the Antarctic Defense Force Penguin Division. The penguins have said the red-souled bastard will talk one way or another, and Base Commander 401 said in a statement, "We will not tolerate these attempts at infiltration. This offense will be dealt with in the harshest of ways." We still have no details yet on how the polar bear ended up in the Antarctic region. Turning now to sports, and Brett Favre has admitted that the dick pic he sent out to all those on welfare in Mississippi was actually the junk of Shaquille O'Neal. He thought it would be funny, but nobody in Mississippi was fooled as they knew his prick would be much smaller, just like his intellect.
Yeah.
Oh. Zing.
A new report in just now says women all over Iran had dreams of killing Supreme Leader I'll come fuck my ass in their sleep last night. The report goes on to say large sharp knife sales are way up in the capital city of Tehran. Maybe I'll come fuck my ass should watch more than his backside tonight. Over to news from Russia, and Vladimir Putin announced a new strategy in the recruitment of more troops to aid in the filling of grave sites in Ukraine. Vladimir Putin said he will personally fondle the nutsack of all recruits in his mouth for 1 hour upon recruitment. All recruits will be required to both have a shower and slather their ball sacks in Jell-O pudding.
Oh, man.
And news out of Donald Gump's camp says that Donald's inside people have had it with lying to government officials for less than minimum wage. Being a legal immigrant should not lower the value of their lies when compared to others like Steve Bannon, Roger Stone, Paul Manafort, and so on. The head of the group, a man who called himself the sperm sponge king of Florida, said, "If I don't get a fair wage soon, I will stop cleaning up after the hookers, the Chippendale dancers, and those supposed firefighters as well." No comment was released by the former and please God never again president.
Wow. That was gold.
And what could we say, fellow babies? That's that for the headlines tonight. And now you know the real reason.
That's our version of the rest of the story.
So we've got ourselves something to look at now, because we are sliding in to the craziest that is Crater Earth. I don't even know where to start with this. Let me get the things up. We've got 3 videos that we can look at tonight as we take a little stroll into, let me just get this right here. Yeah, here we go. Oh, go away, motherfucker. The idiot of the week.
Because the only way they could lower the bar was to dig a pit.
So where would you guys like to start? We have Crater Earth and Flight Routes. We have Crater Earth.
I would love to see that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we also have All Roads Lead to Rome. I don't know why, but they do. And then we have Crater Earth Time Layers. So do you guys want to start with time layers?
Before we make a decision, right? Somebody's gonna have to explain to me. I have never come across Crater Earth. Is it literally how it sounds?
Pretty much.
Yes.
Just shape of a crater. It's like curved inwards sort of thing. Is that what it is? I have no idea.
Some of the, it is opposed to flat Earth. Some people promote this idea that there's this huge stellar plane.
Yeah.
And that the Earth is just in one crater on this plane, but that if you could get out of the crater, there's a bunch of other craters that each one containing another world.
Another version of the infinite plane.
So, in other words, just more complete and utter bollocks, basically.
A realm is our one.
Okay, yeah.
Realm.
Our crater is supposed to be the original Walt Disney World map. All right.
Oh, God.
Because, yeah, that makes sense. And you can support that with real evidence.
So do you want flight routes or time layers? Where are we going here?
Oh, I'm gonna go with flight routes myself.
Me too.
Flight routes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's where it's going then. Okay, so
We're gonna need more beer for
The
tonight.
people have spoken.
yeah.
Flight routes is current narrative at the moment, isn't it? So it's kind of apt.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is going to be rough.
They
Okay.
just put out a video on it.
Are you guys ready?
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to get the silly pauses ready because I do believe we're going to need more than a few.
Ladies and gentlemen, as announced by the captain, we just started our descent into Brussels.
Today,
Looks vaguely
I will try to
globe-like.
solve one of the last problems of my theory. Flight routes. How did we end
One
up
of the last
on
bombs?
this little blue ball, flying in space? Crucial in this story are two curses, two spells, two mathematical
Spells?
constructions.
Wait, is Crater
What the hell? Sorry.
Wrong button.
Yeah, no, something didn't turn off properly. I'm just going to have to fix that. But Mike had a point there, and I've got one as well. Go ahead, Mike.
Is Crater Earth somehow alchemy and spells? What the actual fuck did he just say?
I think he said that mathematics are a curse, but that's about all I got out of it.
Yeah.
I can translate. It's not a problem. It's blah, 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 blah. That's all I heard.
Everybody can
I'm consulting the Necronomicon Ex Mortis, and nope, he's wrong.
Wow, that was weird. Yeah, definitely need to get more beer.
Yeah, this is going to be
You're gonna need something harder.
It sounds to me like he's recording it sitting in a coffee shop. Listen to the background. It's a very, very strange thing. Like who could talk this kind of bullshit in public and not be ridiculed?
It's echoing because he's in a crater.
Is that why
That's right.
he's so
That's it.
quiet? Because he's kind of like talking in half whisper, and because you can only just about hear him, can't you? Well, at least I think.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Yeah, I've got
the
it.
coffee shop in this shit.
I boosted him up a bit. Should be better audio now. But
Well, he doesn't want to look like an idiot in public.
Well, these people are like idiots in public. What are you on about? They all do.
But with all those cars running around with all the flat Earth crap written on the outside of them, telling everybody that they're idiots, I don't think they care.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, Chris CC. I mean, he doesn't mind. He's an idiot, at least in front of his wife, does he? So, you know.
Wow.
Actually, I would like to pose a hypothesis. I believe the echo we are hearing is because the mic's inside his hollow head.
It's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's put there by his doctor to try to figure out what the fuck is going on with him.
Well, if he lives in a trailer and he can't afford furniture, you'd get the echo.
Well, that's probably true too.
Oh, but wait till I bring it in.
Isn't he used to basically videotaping himself while he's at work driving a commercial vehicle, playing with his phone?
Yeah. But this, wait till I bring it in. You're going to really hear it. Sounds like it's a cafeteria or something crazy. Here, let me bring this in and listen in the background. It's funny as hell. I mean, it's better than listening to him, I'm sure, but we should probably do that too.
Ah, caramba.
The first one is Columbus.
The fuck?
Wow.
Ah, caramba.
And the second one is
what the hell?
Mercator.
This guy's on
Let's
serious
reverse
dope, man.
engineer the mathematical
Sure.
tricks they are playing on us.
What the hell?
Is he like in the student union and the other people, his other friends dared him to do it?
Yeah, like
The
What the
first
fuck?
question, of course, we have to ask is, do we have a real map? Therefore,
Yes.
let's
Yes.
investigate the
Yeah, it's called a
information
globe.
I gathered over several years.
why is he
So,
looking at the
as you
moon?
realize
Yeah, I think
by
he's on the
now,
wrong planet.
I hope, we are living in a crater
Craters, you know.
on the moon. The moon, of course, is a reflection
His dirty
of
Is that
underwear.
fucking Pac-Man? What the hell?
The first map that fitted into the crater was the United Nations map. But then I started to investigate Antarctica. I took a print screen of Sulpicius Gallus M, our crater on the bigger Earth. I made a 3D
The bigger
Photoshop of
Bigger
it.
Earth. What?
The what?
Are you dumb or
Again,
something?
What the fuck?
He zoomed in on the moon and picked out a crater and called it he zoomed it in on the bigger Earth.
What?
What's the
What?
bigger Earth? I'm
This
seriously
fucking
confused.
follow, What?
Go on, man.
He's
I'm
got
sorry.
that tone of voice where you really think he really means what he's saying to himself. Very self-important sounding.
Ugly German truth. The carnival gives him smoking breaks. That's cool.
I just don't know what to say. It's just what? What the? Right, hang on. Right.
So
did I miss
is
something? Did the moon get bigger than the Earth at some point or something? Or have I gone on like a
Matt, I think
Yeah.
this guy's about to tell us that the Earth exists inside of a crater that's on the moon. I think this is where we're going here.
Oh God.
Okay, right, that's it. Right, I'm speechless for once. Even
But I think that's what-
DKG's not saying. Even DKG's not saying anything. That's something. Jesus Christ, he must be.
I'm guessing
seen
that's
that's
what he
already
means by
ordered a
the bigger
t-shirt.
Earth, that there's, he's going to get to the plane with there being an infinite number of craters.
Maybe that's the moon. But why would we be able to see it from the outside? It makes no sense.
It's a reflection off of the. I got nothing. I can't even make shit up for this.
He's looking at the moon because the moon is actually perfectly smooth, and what we see is a reflection of the super Earth on the moon.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. I'm
Chilly
making this shit
thing.
up too.
Yeah. No, you're right, because German Truth is saying the same thing. So I missed that part. But even still, that doesn't make it any better. It just doesn't.
It's more plausible than anything we've heard so far out of this guy. So
I mean, there
okay.
are a lot of flirts out there that believe that the moon, it has been quite a new thing, that the moon is just a reflection of Earth in some way, isn't
Right.
it? 'Cause our theory has kind of come up, isn't it? So maybe, I don't know, somehow he's, I don't know, doing something with that. I don't know.
What shape is the moon? I mean, if the moon is a sphere, or is he saying the moon's flat? Because I mean, if you look into a spoon,
That doesn't exist.
Well, if you look into a spoon, your reflections are distorted, and so if the moon is a sphere, then the reflections would be distorted. So is the moon just a flat mirror, or is it a spherical mirror? So before he can make any conclusions about his reflection of the Earth in the mirror, he's got to prove the shape of the moon down.
Interesting.
The moon obviously is just a flat disk. That's why we only see the one side of it. If it was a sphere, we'd see the other side now, wouldn't we?
Okay. Well, Space Wolf says we should wait for it because the explanations are going to be priceless.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see where this goes.
Yep.
All right, here we go. I will bring it back in.
When you
to
say
my
priceless, you mean
surprise,
worthless.
one half of the crater was Antarctica. Bye-bye United Nations map. In came Uncle Walt Hitler.
Oh my God.
Because Disneyland is a perfect copy of our crater with continents.
Oh, hell.
What?
How?
Where's Pirates of the Caribbean on Earth?
Oh, God.
Or the moon.
And that
Oh, no,
brought me
come
to
on.
the Tom
I didn't even
Sawyer
think. What are you
Island map.
talking about?
There I discovered that the continents
Center.
are at a completely different position than we are being told. It seemed like the continents on the Tom Sawyer map were fitting
PJ
in
CNET's
the
mind is
crater.
blown.
Yeah. So I guess Disney is the evil genius behind
Next
the
thing
whole
I
conspiracy.
discovered was the Ibn
Oh my
al-Wadi
God.
crater map.
Disney started NASA?
This map seems to be confirming the Walt Disney map. Again,
What?
the Americas lying at the wrong place.
Walt Disney. Man.
What?
What is it?
How?
He's a
Next,
fucking
I
new one.
started to investigate some space images.
I think.
Oh,
Okay, okay.
I think.
Go in there.
One more time.
Before he leaps off into another realm.
Yeah.
I mean,
By
he is
investigating,
asking, he is asking
Go
the
ahead.
right questions, but the real question is, who built the moon? It's obviously Walt Disney.
apparently, and he's, by investigate, he means to go refill his bowl, and then holy crap, Matt.
I mean, see what he's basically saying is that like, I'm going to take bits of the landmass of the Earth, I'm going to rotate them, squash them, and stretch them, and move them into shape. Oh, look, it fits.
But it doesn't.
But it doesn't.
Yeah, it sort of vaguely smudges them together.
Yeah,
but it doesn't
yeah.
actually make any logical.
Exactly, yeah. I'm going to put it into any shape I want and put it on here to make it look as if it goes on here, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
What the... Oh, fucking hell.
Loki.
So, just looking at the map, so North America and Central America are not connected to South America, which means nobody could walk from Central America to South America except for all the tens of thousands of immigrants that have fleeing South America. How the hell does that work?
Have you checked to see if they got wet socks?
Well, see, the whole thing of building the Panama Canal was a ruse. They weren't digging a ditch. They were filling all that area in so they could walk across it.
Stuff like this makes you
Newsflash,
happy. I found a relatively inexpensive cask strength whiskey that I like quite a lot. Yes, watching this makes you want to drink heavily.
Just a
Indeed.
bit of a news flash. PGCnet is rejecting this, so this has got to be fucking crazy. Right?
Wow.
Yeah, he's rejected it. Just missed it. So,
A conspiracy theory that is just too stupid for PJ Pats.
If anybody knows, it's
Wow. Wow. Okay, hold on a minute here. I'm marking this in the calendar. Wait a
You can put that
second
in the
here,
calendar.
right now.
That's noted for you, PJ. So now you're not getting away with that one, so don't bring this up ever again.
Yeah.
Because we do know, we're going to remember.
Yeah, every time it comes up from now on, we'll play the theme song for PJ and this conspiracy theory. So, a little bit more of this fucking guy then?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
I know NASA are liars, but even liars sometimes have to tell the truth. And again, these images seem to confirm the position of the Americas. Big question, are the Americas inverted?
What?
What?
And then, of course, I discovered these images
Can you
of
step
space
outside to
X.
see which way is left and which way is right?
Thanks a lot,
What the
Elon.
hell are you
Soon
talking
it
about?
will be payday. On these images, you can clearly see Mount Miro. The Americas.
What the hell?
And then
He's
the big
not
problem
thinking
is,
that's
what
the moon
about
behind
Africa
fucking
and
rocket engine, isn't it?
Eurasia?
I'm what?
Because if I want to
Eurasia.
investigate the flight routes, I have to know the exact position.
I think he's
So
stepping a little
let's
bit too far
recapitulate.
around to start talking about
We live
flight
in a
routes.
crater.
Yeah.
Antarctica is
Oh.
half the crater.
Recapitulate what?
In Antarctica, we
Certified.
have Mount Meru. You have the
go.
ice wall and the Americas.
How can you have an ice wall?
Let's
And
take a
still
look
have
at our
Antarctica.
crater, the center point, Mount Meru.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay. Yeah. I just don't even know where to start, Mike. Help me out here.
I got nothing. I mean, we're used to these guys not making a point, but we have no idea where he's even starting from to even figure out where he's going. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm going to make a bunch of shit fit some things that look like it could be something, but not really, and then make it all in the moon. But then the moon is the Earth, and the Earth is a crater. But what?
And then to go, right, and that's been proven. Thank you very much. Moving on. It's like, what?
I think M. Shedler's got it in the side chat there. Pareidolia and magic mushrooms equal this video.
Yep. No, something a bit stronger than that. Copious amounts of crack. You have to.
It isn't even pareidolia because he's not. What he's showing doesn't look anything
No.
like what he's saying it is.
Yeah, that's like holding up a picture of Snoopy and saying, "See, Africa." Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's kind of mud
Well, he's
possibly
probably
the
gonna
way
make
that guy
that
just
Mickey
draws
Mouse in
imaginary shapes.
Hey,
Oh.
I bet you I could take Snoopy, put it in Photoshop, and use a bunch of distortions and make Snoopy look like a hamster or a car or anything else. I mean, that's
or North America, right?
Or North
yes.
I was thinking of taking a photograph of my belly button and then see how that fits onto the world map.
Well, Colin's breaking out the bourbon, so
Yeah. I was thinking of taking a picture of my cat, and I could just kind of, airbrush around the edges of the black and white spots to show the whole map is on my cat, so the world is on a cat.
oh, Cat Earth. There you go. That makes more sense than this crater Earth. I don't even really know what he's trying to say. He hasn't. I think he said some stuff and showed some things that he says look like things that don't look like things. Are we going somewhere with this or
Yeah.
no?
And why
More.
the hell is Walt Disney the authority on what the world really looks like?
He's the evil.
How does that even fit in here?
and
Mercury
there's been a few comments like, could he just be like, university hanging out in a common area making a gag or something? This guy's got like 70,000 subscribers, whatever, and yeah, and his channel is full of this bullshit. Just full of it.
Is his channel just dedicated to Crater Earth? Is it or?
Yeah, Well, this is his theory. This is his personal thing, and there's a bunch of videos that walk us through it. Flight paths is another one, and then we've got the one about, this is supposed to be flight routes. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What?
I was going to say, I hadn't heard anything about flight routes in this.
What do you mean walk? He's hardly walking through it. He's trudging through it and hopping through it and dancing around like a fairy through it. He's not walking through it.
Yeah, it's like a tortoise dragging a dead dog.
I should have started a Woo channel. I've been at this 5 years, and I've got 550 subscribers. If I had started a Woo channel, I would have tens of thousands of subscribers and be making a couple thousand a month off of YouTube.
Yeah, and your own Woo as well. I mean, this is kind of like similar to sort of like somebody's got their own theories, like Lindsay. Everybody's heard of Lindsay, right? And his weird ideas. Lindsay, the New Zealand guy, stands in front of the whiteboard.
Yeah,
I'm talking about, right? And also Pete Shea. Got their own ideas, and there's a couple of other people that have got their own ideas of what the Earth is. Yeah, it's just like the same guy. Nobody else has got this theory at all. Nobody, just him. Yeah.
Although I actually have identified what the background noise is.
What?
He's living in the Greyhound bus depot.
Yeah. And he does all this on his phone, probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Should we bring him in?
Yeah.
Well, we're not going to learn anything without him.
See if it's going to go somewhere.
Notice the circular sea.
What circular sea?
Zoom in for the shape of the Americas.
What? Where?
The SpaceX map. On the crater map.
Well, didn't he just show the SpaceX
Then
map?
we have the
Map has
ice wall
something to do with Antarctica?
surrounding the Americas.
Which is it?
The SpaceX version.
What?
So the question now is, what is the exact shape
So
of
he's
the other
saying,
continents?
first of all, he's saying he believes space is real because this is integral to whatever theory point he's trying to make, right?
Yeah.
Let's compare the Ibn al-Wardi map, SpaceX, Disney map, and
I'm wondering
print
if I'd
screen
follow
of
his
our
images
crater.
better if I take off my glasses.
The problem, of course, is that we see these continents in a certain perspective. So I cannot give you 100% solution. Maybe one day I'll get some more evidence. But if this is
You
the
don't have any
solution,
now.
then we have no Pacific Ocean.
It doesn't
But
fit. None
if
of
it
it.
is the
What is it?
Snowpiercer solution,
I mean,
I
like,
had to mix them there.
he's like overlaying like shapes of the Europe and shapes of America and overlaying it on the moon and stuff like that, and it doesn't fucking match. Not even close. What the fuck is he talking?
Do you think when he was a kid he had one of those toys with all the shapes and you have to put it into the little holes, and his mum was just like despairing because he just couldn't fucking do it.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh. I've literally nothing else to say. I really don't know what else. I just don't know.
Well, that's good because Lokifish and Mike Bertelson have got their hands up, so they have.
So he's literally also saying that Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom in Florida is part of his Crater Earth map because Disney somehow knows. I mean, wait, he's trying to make it all fit into Disney World, into the Magic Kingdom. What?
Yeah.
I quit.
He was okay, Loki, sorry, but he was about to bring up Snowpiercer as a way of describing the Earth. I shit you not, but Loki.
That's what I kind of wanted him to elaborate on that because I'm a big fan of that movie.
So in looking at his maps, everybody's ruler is a different length because a foot wouldn't be a foot if you just move a couple miles.
You've heard of variable frame rate video. Well, this is variable length space?
Gotta be.
Well, we're kind of back to the same distortion problem Australia has on the flat Earth. That
Except it's the entire Earth this time.
Yeah, but the way Australia gets stretched there, it's like it should take 4 times as long to travel east to west as it does north to south.
Matt?
Which it definitely doesn't.
Yeah. I bet this guy's really shit at jigsaw puzzles. I bet you've got to be in it.
He just cuts up the edges to make them fit where he wants.
Yeah. Yeah, like a kid, or like a kid with a hammer. It's like that bit is gonna fucking fit.
And the image of the moon he's using, all the outlines are so fuzzy and vague. I don't even know how he decides where to draw the lines to make shapes out of these.
Oh, I kind of like how he's like showing how whatever it was he was trying to fit into the Magic Kingdom doesn't quite fit. It's like, did you ever think that maybe there's a reason for that? Because you're fucking on drugs? What?
LSD is bad. Okay.
LSD, mushrooms, and crack at the same time. Now you're just nitpicking.
You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to use drugs as like a fucking buffet.
He's coherent enough to put a video together. So, yeah, the drugs it can't be used as an excuse, I'm afraid.
Oh, except it probably took him 6 months to make this video.
Well, speaking of 6 months, we're 6 minutes into the video, and I haven't heard a goddamn thing about a fucking flight path yet.
Yeah. I don't see how he can, because he doesn't know what anything looks like.
Well, on the moon.
Well, he had mentioned in there that, you know, that's why he has to determine the exact position of everything in order to get the flight paths to work. You know, and that was it. It was basically like 2 sentences that he mentioned at some point.
I got a tip for him. It's called Google Earth. Loki.
So I'm looking at the crater that he's using as his model. And I'm looking at 2 different photos taken at 2 different times. And depending on what phase the moon is, he has to completely rearrange the entire map. So I guess now all the continents just kind of float around and, you know, wander around, and nothing's where it's supposed to be at any given time. And yeah.
Because once again, reasons.
Yeah, but at this stage, why not?
That would mean that the flight times between any 2 points would vary from week to week.
Or from mile to mile.
Yeah. We're taking off at 5 p.m. and we'll get there whenever this idiot's map seems to think we will. Thanks for flying with Idiot Air.
Idiot Air. All right.
Well, I'll bring him in.
We have no Pacific Ocean.
Maybe we'll hear a flight.
But if it is the Snowpiercer solution, then we have the Pacific
Isn't that from the TV
Ocean.
series?
Yeah, and a movie.
But let's build on the
Movie was way
information
better.
we have.
Yeah.
Let's start
Why
with
does he
one
keep
of
doing
the
Captain America?
mysteries.
Sorry,
Why
DK?
airplanes don't fly straight.
Why does he keep drawing a red
Captain,
penis on
can you
his
take
map?
more of a beeline to get me from New York to Berlin?
Oh, here we go.
It begs the question, why is the flight path always so curved? Simple. The Earth is round. Maps are flat, unlike the actual planet, which is a sphere. So the route a plane flies will usually look
PJ?
curved. If you were to look at the same path on a globe, however, it would look straight. These straight flight paths that look curved on a map are ironically known as Great Circle routes. They account for the curvature of the Earth. So what may look like an unnecessary detour over Canada's east coast when you're looking at a flat map is the shortest path when flying. Okay, sorry, Captain, now I get it.
Okay, sorry, Captain. No, I don't get it. Let's say you want to
Oh,
fly
try
from
harder.
Moscow to Los Angeles in a straight line.
Oh God, here we go.
So what this guy is telling us is because the Earth is round, you will take a completely different route. Hallelujah.
I can't handle the charisma. It's too much.
He is definitely the cult of personality. Mike, do you want to lay a little foundation down here for us? Because I think we're going to need it.
I got nothing. I have no idea what's going on.
In one sentence, he just completely dismissed it. Completely dismissed the whole Great Circle route. Just going,
Yeah.
Ha ha ha. That was it.
And I don't know what he thinks he's gonna show. I mean, he's probably gonna start, taking us back to the Magic Kingdom and showing us why Great Circle routes are really just straight lines on between the castle and Frontierland.
Yeah. We'll take the monorail.
Yeah, you think that curves around the Seven Seas Lake? Yeah, no, it's straight.
Oh, here, let's bring it in and see how badly he fucks this up. I'm sure it's going to be awful.
So you have a 2D map with a 2D flight. But what they are doing, they are putting a 3D flight on a 2D map. If you want to calculate a 3D route, you have to put it on a
Pretty much
3D
what
map.
we said about.
And in that case, the route is exactly
No, because
the
he doesn't
same.
realise it's a projection to begin with.
That's not a 3D map anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
The Mercator trick.
The lie is so complicated that only stupid people understand the truth.
Yeah, pilots.
So you have to
I
be
remember
stupid to
from my
understand
flat Earth
spherical
days
geometry.
that all these curved routes were actually straight lines on a United Nations map. The problem with the United Nations
they're
map
not.
is
Would you like to correct him there, Mike?
Yeah, that's not a map.
No, not at all. There is no fucking map. None of what he just said fits. So now we're going to go from the Earth as a crater because it fits into the moon and has Antarctica and is in the Seven Seas Lake next to the Tom Sawyer Island in Magic Kingdom to using an AE projection map now. So
Yeah.
Which is it?
But didn't we start with Crater Earth? So wouldn't that again affect the way we have to reference the real flight paths on his map? So he doesn't even get his own one correct.
Matt, you're up.
Well, why is it? I mean, like he's just typical of a lot of other flat earthers as well. I mean, how are we going to get through to all of them that all maps are a projection? Because I keep having this argument with people is that even like maps down to local level, they're flat, the lines are straight, but it's still a projection. They can't seem to get through to like things of scale, or maybe they're just ignoring scale. I don't really know, but I mean, if you go into Google Maps yourselves, and for those of you who've done it, right, if you use the measuring tool, draw a line, try it yourself, go and try it yourself, right? Draw a straight line between New York and London. Then tell me what shape that line is. Is it straight or is it curved? You are going to find it's curved, and there's a reason for that, because Google Maps is a fucking projection. How many times?
Fuck. I love the fact they also keep going back to the United Nations logo. It's not a map; it's a logo.
Yeah.
And how many other companies there are around this wonderful globe that use maps as logos, and also images of the Earth as a globe as logos. They're not fucking maps.
Yeah.
What are they again? DKG?
What about BBC? BBC TV used to have a logo of the Earth spinning. A logo.
What is it again? Logo. It's a logo.
Yeah, and I bet it didn't spin once per day. Otherwise, it wouldn't rotate during the 3-second teaser blurb.
Oh dear God!
Oh, this is
a little more than
weird.
Well, I was just thinking, maybe we should get in touch with the UN and into their merch department and basically do the UN version of the flat Earth clock. We basically have a clock on the UN logo displaying time and date. Yeah,
we could have Dave Weiss make it.
Yeah,
Matt.
I kind of like actually what PGC Net is said. He said, "Can I start a new flat Earth map, except based on Alton Towers instead, and get loads of followers?" Kind of like that.
Yeah, he's going to start on the corkscrew.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Alton Towers is a big, huge sort of amusement
dump.
Dump, yeah, in North Staffordshire, just so that our American friends and Australian friends. Yeah. Good idea.
So it was like the Tip with a roller coaster.
Yeah, pretty much. It's got the most roller coasters any other amusement park in the United Kingdom, I think. At least it did.
I remember we went to Alton Towers when I was a kid with a school trip when it opened. We went on the corkscrew and we all got certificates because it was just like brand new. We all got certificates and we came off, and we were all aghast because on the certificate it told us that we were traveling at speed accelerations of greater than 3.2 G. And we go, wow, having no fucking clue what that meant. It's just like you get the same speed on your roller skates. It's ridiculous.
Can I get a cleaning crew over here? Because my brain keeps trying to escape my head.
I just got up for a drink and found mine on the floor, dragging itself towards the door, man.
Clean up on all three.
Wow.
Thanks, Matt.
Brain recovery unit.
Oh. Well, speaking of which, let's bring them in just a little bit more, but I think we can pretty much get ready to shove this one in the bag and have just a little bit of his next one before we switch it up a little.
Well, at least he finally got to the title subject.
Yeah, I know it. Only took about, 3.5, 4 days? Fuck. Here we go.
It is circular. Let's warp it into our crater. And now we are close to my map. Let's do some exercises. If you want to recreate this flight pattern, this would be the position of the continents. What about this one? Same result.
The fuck, man.
Let's fly in from the other side. It seems to be working. The only problem is that you are flying over Greenland. So you could make a little detour. But Greenland is still at the wrong place.
That's why it doesn't work. Exactly.
Break out the crayons.
JFK to China.
Okay.
Again,
should we just gong this
Greenland
fuck and try his
problem?
next video?
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
Let's do it.
Moving on. Yep.
I do have to say, I noticed that he didn't do a single Southern Hemisphere flight route. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, he might have done just who knows, but it doesn't matter. Still
Except it
bullshit.
won't fit.
Yeah,
Southern
the one from
Hemisphere
Chile to
doesn't exist.
Australia would have been interesting.
Yeah.
Hear that, Mipet? You don't exist for some reason.
Yeah. All that time spent upside down for nothing.
Yeah, God just rushes to your head. It's fantastic.
So to wrap up before we get to our little sponsor segment and over to Mike's strolling through stupid segment of the night here, should we take a look at his time layers or all roads lead to Rome?
I think the Roman would.
Thinking the same.
Because R1 said ancient Rome is fake, and I need more evidence.
Well, I'm not going to understand either of them, so it doesn't matter.
That's a good point.
Owen says that ancient Rome didn't exist.
Okay, now he
Something
didn't
to that effect.
specify which Rome, because I did drive I-90 through New York, and you come to Rome, New York.
I mean, how long did the Roman Empire last? What was it? Something like 400 years, 300 years or something, isn't it? Or
Hours.
Hours.
Hours. Yeah, geologically.
It was just a movie, wasn't it? It's just a series that you did. And
Yes, box set DVD.
It lasted
yeah.
until
Two series.
Starbucks was erected in the foreground, in the background.
The forum and everything and the Colosseum. It's all just a hoax, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
a hoax.
yeah. Let's go with that then. Let's go with that then. I reckon. I think it's a
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I've been to Rome and I've seen this like the Colosseum and and all the the buildings there. It'll be nice when it's finished.
yeah. Look, kids, Big Ben, Parliament. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna bring this in, and this has. I'm not even. Well, who cares what the title is? It's just gonna be bullshit anyway. Here we go.
Let's have an air view of the Vatican. Everybody knows the snake building, of course. Snake eyes, snake head, snake name. So this will probably be a snake instead of a reptilian.
Snake name? What?
Let's take
Cock
a
and
look
balls.
at the colors of
penis.
the parasitic overlay. Black, white,
Whoa,
and
dude!
red. Isis,
Demonetized.
Osiris, Ra, Joaquin,
Duff.
and Boaz. Let's zoom out. It seems to me that the river is the body of the snake. Let's go back to our little blue ball.
Wait a minute. So he looks at a picture of a fucking river in Rome, draws an extension to it, therefore it's a fucking snake. What the fuck?
What was wrong with the original shape of it looking like a snake?
Yeah, exactly. What?
Well, the extension was because he had to include that building in the Vatican as part of the snake. I don't know why it needed to be there, but that's, yeah.
For the full video,
God.
please don't bother looking in the description because it won't be there.
No. Yeah.
I don't think
If you ever
anybody
look.
can sense of it.
Yeah, never look for the videos we cover in the links in the description because God forbid we ever give these people the clicks. No way.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I have a question. Is the brain damage that we're receiving covered by the Shills health insurance policy?
Yeah, we are. We're under Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Oh, then we're screwed.
Because they have the snakes on it.
The caduceus, yeah.
Oh my God. The river, like DK said, it already looked like a snake. Why did you just have to do the little kitty drawing? You know,
That's kind of my point.
What were all those shapes that he was putting up there?
yeah, or Matt, yeah.
Did any of them
Why?
make any sense?
Oh, I think he's just trying to draw soft
Absolutely
penises.
not. Doesn't the Tiber like filled with toilet snakes? Just one big sewer.
He's one big too. At least that's been. Oh my God.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this guy's funny. Okay, so here, let's bring it in just a little and see what happens there. I think I'm gonna need that toilet flush sound effect a few more
In
times.
space. Imagine this is the only movement the Earth is making. Wouldn't all the
You're not
rivers
wrong, Colin.
be going in the same direction in a straight line?
Why?
Okay,
You ever
let's
heard
do
of
an
elevation?
experiment. Left side is the altitude and top side is 10 time frames. Take the movement of the Earth and divide it in 10 time frames. let's take a look at the altitude in the first time frame, second time frame, third time frame, and so on.
What?
What the?
Oh.
Is this another toilet snake he pulled out of his ass?
All I see is a propeller that fell off an old airplane that's about to invade the bingo board. What's going on here?
The movement of the earth. Is that an analyma? Is it? I got nothing.
Why?
Yeah, that is the shape of an analema, but that's not the pattern the Earth makes, is it? What's he talking about? No.
Mike, in your education and your career, you've done some information charts and graphs and whatnot. Can you?
I got nothing. That makes no sense at all. It's like he's just made some shit up. Said this is the rotating Earth I just showed you. This is what it looks like, and here's some dots.
Yeah.
Therefore, the Earth's a crater.
Yeah.
I think what he's done is he's taken off his underwear. The elastic has fallen out of his pants, and he's just dropped it on the table. And he goes, "Oh, that looks like a shape. I'll use that in my video." That's about as close I can get.
Let's see. Purple's up first.
Well, the thing he had showed just before this was about that. With the Earth rotating, all the rivers should run parallel and in the same direction.
Yeah.
But I think what he's claiming on this chart here is that it's divided in 10 time zones, and like the rate time passes depends on your latitude.
Oh my God, are you kidding?
I think that's where he's going with that.
It sounds too clever.
First off, the next fucking $100 in donations we have got to get sent to you just to make sure we can give you enough brain food to keep figuring this shit out for us. How did you come up with that? I was lost.
Hey.
Oh, that's a good one, Purple. Good call. Matt, you're up.
Yeah, I think that there's a new technology that's just been founded in the chat, and I think DKG ought to embrace this new technology. And it's CGI, but it's not your standard CGI. It's crayon generated image. Could you embrace that technology, DKG, and like, down the line maybe?
I think I could lower my standards just enough.
Yeah, sure you could.
That's awesome. Wow. Oh my God. Okay.
That those are two of the stupidest videos I think I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen many of Dubé's. So
Space Wolf, new family member there in the live chat, sent me the link. So I watched a bit of one of his videos and I was like, wow, this motherfucker's crazy. And then I checked out his sub count and everything. I'm like 70,000+. You've got to be shitting me.
Wow. How long has he had a channel?
I didn't look that far because I had already gotten sick and needed to lie down.
It's story time.
Your brain was spinning.
Mud Fossil's got like 150,000.
Oh fuck! Speaking of which, we haven't done him in a bit. We got to do Mud Fossil coming up, Mud Flood, and all that shit because those are funny. We need to find a geologist to join for that. That'd be really cool. Should I bring this in again then? You have a bit more.
If you need a geologist on, somebody hit Steve Bowman up.
That's it. Yeah. Purple, I've actually reached out to Steve Bowman and talked to him, and he would be interested, and he's great, isn't he?
Yeah, I've talked to him a couple of times. Basically, we used to live not far from him in the UP, and actually he sent Sloth Girl some Uperlights.
Oh, cool.
So
I did geology at O level when I was at school, and I can't remember any of it. But I think I'm about as qualified as you need to be.
Mike.
So he's been around since 2010 and has like 4.3 million views. Holy crap!
Yeah, fucking ridiculous.
Okay,
Speaking of ridiculous.
Go ahead, there's a lot of people who get on YouTube when they're just looking for something, that they can shut their brain down and not think about at the end of the day. You know, I'm really hoping that most of this is people looking for humor.
No, I think basically what's happened is his videos have been watched by one person, and they watch the video and go, "What the fuck was that? Hang on, I better replay that, try and figure it out." and it's been watched so many times, and they go, that one person's come away saying, "Still don't fucking get it. I'll watch it one more time."
So he's got 4.26 million views on 50 videos.
That's fucked up.
Wow.
That's fucked up. People, come on. What is wrong with you out there? What the hell is that? That can't be our reality. We must do better. Come on.
This must be a college drinking game.
Yeah.
That's what it is. His videos are college drinking games. That's why.
There was a few people in the chat saying that I saw earlier too. So this would be a great drinking game or something. So it does make sense.
Does he have a video explaining how you can draw more attention to your YouTube channel? Because it sounds like a scam to me.
I wouldn't doubt it. Probably the first one he put out. Should we carry on with just a little bit more of this guy before we kick his punk ass to the curb?
Yeah, I want to see the motion thing.
All right, get ready, Mike, because after we get rid of this guy, we got to do our sponsor, and then you're taking us down the strolling through stupid lane.
Yes, we are.
Gives you this graphic.
I don't think I could beat this level of stupidity.
So what does this mean? Let's say you are on a motionless planet, and an airplane is passing by in a straight line. Now you are on a moving Earth, making
I'm getting flashbacks to Pearl Harbor.
Whoa!
Now let's say
Who's
you
bouncing
think
the Earth?
you are on a motionless planet. How would you perceive the airplane?
Why is he making the Earth do that? Why is he doing that?
I don't know.
It's the Americans. It's the Americans moving the Earth around to make
now
sure the
you
Japanese
understand
don't
why
hit
everything
Hawaii.
is moving in waves.
Missile defense system.
Everything is moving in waves.
What?
No,
so
the
why
ice
is
is not doing
water
that.
not flowing in straight lines?
What?
That is because the
Fucking
Earth
projection,
is
you.
Okay, why does that gong keep hitting?
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, it does fit there. What the hell?
Fucking ISS track it's not moving in waves. That's a projection. How many fucking times? Jesus Christ.
The ISS track just goes around in one circle, and the Earth rotates underneath it. It's simple.
Yeah, but I mean, he's using a projected map and saying that it's moving in waves, and it fucking isn't.
It's an equirectangular map.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I thank you. I couldn't think of the name of the map, but yeah. Oh God. Because mission control, I mean, it's unless somebody's going to sit there with a globe and keep returning it around as the ISS is rotating. It's here now, and keep turning it. I mean,
see, Commander will tell you an equirectangular map of the Earth is a perfect texture to map onto a sphere in 3D application. So if you take that equirectangular map and just apply it to a sphere as a texture, you'll see that those wavy lines just suddenly become circles.
Yes, they do. That's what the textures are. It's just the rectangular map. And somehow, how the rectangular map looks distorted, but when it's on a sphere, it just all perfectly matches up.
Yeah. I can wrap this up into one line from a song. Ground control to Major Tom.
Yeah.
Take your heroin and turn that microphone on.
As long as the sphere is actually properly UV unwrapped. That's the qualifier.
Yeah, so lost 90% of the audience there.
So I'm going to go over to his channel to check to see if he has a video on what drugs, in what order, in what amount are required for his videos to make any sense.
Yes.
And what orifice?
Yes.
Yeah, which orifice did he pull it from?
You gotta smoke your heroin through your bunghole. That's how it's done. I can just hear it right now.
He has an obsession with snakes, so we all know that his videos are just toilet snakes he pulled out of his ass. So
Yeah. He laces snakes with LSD and lets them crawl around in his bum.
Yeah, I think he's just repressed.
Before we get in trouble, I'm bringing this fuck in. We'll give him one more shot here.
What do you mean before?
Well, you know.
Of course. So rivers are making this pattern. The snake pattern. The pep energy.
Again.
What's the pattern of a snake
Take a
mean?
look
I mean,
at
like, what?
this shape. It's almost like a dagger in the snake. What if the snake was the river? Are they tapping energy from the water?
Oh my god.
What?
Let's go back to the ending of my previous video, where I showed the movement of the black sun. And Rome is the center of
Black
this
sun,
movement.
really?
Let's go to Rome and the St. Peter Square. Let's play around a bit and put in the Schwarze
Oh, look,
Sonne.
it's a circle. Whippy do. What the fuck?
Maybe we can
He doesn't
detect
need
some other
pareidolia because
shapes
he'll just
in it.
make it fit.
Yeah,
The
but
British
just distort the
flag.
circle so it fits.
Top view on the blue pyramid and red pyramid.
St. Peter's Square isn't even
But
a
what do you
circle.
think of this one?
Oh, here we go.
The
Look, here we go.
swastika.
There we go.
Let's
Again?
analyze the word Vatican. The Va is the wave, the VW,
Look,
the
didn't he just
snake
show that that was
energy.
both the Union Jack
So you
and the
have
swastika?
The Schwarze Sonne, the SS. Now let's say the SS energy wants to capture the
Oh, he's going to a
Va
Kiss concert.
energy.
The SS
Exactly.
energy.
Okay. All right. That's
Yeah, we're
That's
done.
enough of that.
Done.
Yeah.
Done. I can take it anymore.
Okay, this whole business about ancient Egypt and ancient people drawing energy from the rivers. Yes, because once they started agriculture, they figured out that nothing grows unless you get water from the river. You know, that's not that difficult.
In reality, what a
You're
concept.
you're absolutely right.
Wow. That
Oh.
that made JM Truth and Nathan Thompson look intelligent. I'm sorry. That's just wow.
See, the funny thing is, Mike, you mentioned earlier, Eric DeBay, and he's in fact, Eric DeBay actually makes sense. It's wrong. It's completely wrong, but that can actually make sense to people. What I don't understand, there are people who follow this and watch this and actually make sense of it.
That's
or
fucked.
do they?
Do they make sense of it, or is it really just a drinking game?
I don't know.
Let's check with the AI. Jessica, can flat Earth types actually make sense of this jargon?
Just fuck off and leave me out of it. I seriously can't take this shit.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Well, the fact that PJ himself said this is a load of shit, and this is his favorite crater earther.
Well, he did say he dismissed it. I don't know whether he thinks bullshit or he's just, I don't know. Depends what he means by dismissing. I'd like to hear him say this is absolute bullshit. That's what I'd like to hear, because that's,
PJ's one of those that won't commit to a shape. He's just a globe skeptic.
Yeah. Which case then he's a flat Earth skeptic and he's a crater skeptic. So he's all of those. He's a skeptic, all of them.
Oh, by the way, just so you know, PJ has left the chat because Jake the arsehole is on, so he's got to go to there instead.
Oh, wow.
I bet he's a moderator there as well. I bet you.
Dick, I would like to thank you. I would like to thank you for showing these videos, because I'm now going to get my cat a Nobel Prize, and how I'm going to do it is You think my cat's stupid? Look at this other guy.
Well, as my cat walked through the room earlier, she walked away, and I was looking at her arsehole and thinking, God, I can see Antarctica in there.
Oh, Jake just phoned one in for us. Jake, do you want to tell us why PJ left to go over and watch your show?
Because I'm an idiot. Happy?
See?
Okay. With all the cat talk, I think we have a new challenge for the Shills. In 1 month, everyone has to come on here with their own theory of cat Earth.
Oh, I like that.
Interesting fun fact about Jake the asshole. From what I understand, he thinks that God told him to change his username to Jake the asshole.
Yeah, probably did.
Sorry, back to Purple's thing there. Everybody should have to come with a theory for their version of Cat Earth. That sounds a lot like a pub chat thing. What do you think, DK? Yeah.
No, what the fuck? Whatever. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna start taking photographs of the cat litter tray so I can start mapping the Earth. Cat litter tray.
No, I thought you said you're going to do that. Your cat's arsehole. I thought you said.
Oh, we'll do that as well.
Oh, you do that. Oh, yeah, you've already done that anyway, haven't you?
Yeah, there's multiple things you can do with a cat.
Well, so you're going to do the hollow cat Earth. We all get inside the asshole.
Doesn't the ass of a cat look like the flower of life?
Hang on a minute. Hang on. How much time do you two guys actually spend looking at your cat's arseholes?
Yeah, dude.
What's going on?
Cold Hard Logic used the asshole of a cat in one of his videos debunking spirit science to depict the flower of life.
You should never use the asshole of a cat for anything. It's just not the wrong thing.
There is a Lego set out now to build a tiger, and no joke, they use the flower piece as the cat's asshole.
DK.
Yeah, but before we should move on with the Cat Earth special, I should point out that this is absolutely true. I do have a photograph somewhere. We had these 4 little kittens, and they're all eating out the food bowl. So they're also like 90 degrees to each other, and all their tails were all pointing the same way, and they were making a cat swastika. So conspiracy confirmed.
There you go.
Yeah.
Done.
Amy's got to use the palace cat for hers.
Right, can we go from batshit crazy, stupid and derp to kind of less batshit crazy and stupid derp?
Well, I'm not sure about less batshit crazy, but we do have. Tonight's sponsor is Vag-Away. Have you been recently online shopping and maybe bought some personal care items or maybe some candles only to find out upon arrival that they were sold to you and created by Gwyneth Paltrow? Well, your prayers have been answered with Vag-Away. As seen here, Vag-Away destroys the evil critters emanated by her goop products and returns your home to a beautiful smell once again. Vag-Away is safe for use around pets and children alike and is shown only to induce a slight loss in cognitive abilities. Vag-Away, because nobody deserves the stank that emanates from Gwyneth Paltrow. Order today at vagaway.com/the Shills and get 15% off towards cleaning that vile stench out of your home.
That's a good deal.
Only a mild loss of cognitive abilities.
I've got a small confession to make, and I'm very sorry, but I kind of like vag. Sorry, don't judge me.
What, are you a vegetarian?
I'm a vegetarian. Yeah, precisely. Yeah, I mean, sorry, Dick.
Gwyneth's husband must be.
It is a good snack.
I'm sorry, but there it is, Dick. I'm sure we're going to fall out right now, but it is.
Well, no, but
I have to be honest with myself and everybody.
Yeah, the ones you play with and enjoy and all that stuff in life don't, proceed to go and make candles from themselves. There's a difference here.
Well, I've got to say, I kind of. No, I won't say it.
See, I don't need Vag away. I've got my face. That's been keeping Vag away for years.
Generally, I'll only play with the ones that have made an effort not to have much odor.
There's a Donnie Donna in the chat says there's a parking page on the website. Somebody actually owns it. Oh fuck, that's hilarious.
Right, well, I'm gonna lay down the gauntlet here and now, Dick. We need to have a debate about vag and pro vag and negative vag. We're gonna have to have this.
Why?
Debate.
That you've missed? You've completely. Okay.
You're
we'll
wrong,
go back,
you're wrong,
Matt.
You're wrong. I'm not listening. Blah 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 blah.
We'll go back after Matt, and I'll explain the joke to you, and maybe you'll understand it then. But it's okay, buddy. Trust me, we're all right.
Dick, I'm hitting the button for the Shills City debate, and nothing's happening.
Yeah.
That's my pub chat, though, isn't it?
Yeah. So Mike, here, let me get this shit all ready. Give us a little intro on what's coming up here.
All right, so there's the typical flirfs, quote, flat earth proof, unquote, by pulling up NASA documents, derivations for the equations of motions for aircraft and missiles and electromagnetic propagation, and they talk about making assumptions that the Earth is flat and unrotating, which is, thoroughly debunked over and over and over again, has been for years, but they keep bringing it up anyway. And this particular thread that we're going to show has a rather unique little answer to some of the typical concerns. Because one of the things they tend to well, we'll get into it, and it'll show you some of the stuff that they ignore, because I draw attention to it. And when I draw attention to it, the Flurf's response is unique and fucking hilarious.
Indeed. Okay.
Yes. And
so here,
by the way,
I'll zoom.
Just one quick thing. All of the documents that you're going to see listed, we're not going to go through them all, but we'll scroll past them in these OP. I have debunks written for every single one of them for anybody who wants them. So there we go.
All right, cool. So here, I'll bring this in and zoom it in, and I've got it doing at a normal speed, and just tell me, pause and play and whatnot, and we're all good here. Oh, hold on a second here.
You zoom out a little bit, I think. Maybe.
I just want to make sure we don't have anything cropped off, because we are getting the way the capture seems to be wrong on my side. One second here.
Yeah, we're missing part of the left edge.
Yeah.
That's better.
Right, there we go. Okay, that'll do it.
In this picture, he shows one of the NASA documents. I forgot which one it is. And it's one of the simplifying assumptions. So there's like 13 of them that he's got listed here as we scroll through it. And we're not going to go through any of these documents because they're not really pertinent.
The aircraft flying in a stationary atmosphere of a non-rotating Earth thing.
Yeah.
A million times.
And there's one in here that's actually really funny that they use it as evidence. Well, it's funny that they use any of them as evidence because, first they'll say, well, NASA lies. But they're telling the truth here, and I'm going to use them as evidence. But everything they says is a lie.
Because that makes sense.
Yeah. It's like
everything's a lie apart from the bits that everything's a lie apart from the bits that I've cherry picked. Yeah.
It's like this Star Trek episode, I Mud. Everything he says is a lie.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
Where do you want me to keep playing this to there, Mike?
Okay, so right here, this is my first reply to him. His name is Petey Overton. Somebody makes fun of the fact that, a grown flurf has named himself Petey, but that's okay. So basically, I just tell him that none of those papers actually say the Earth is flat. They're all modeling assumptions. And I go on to explain how we know this. Because one of the reasons for the modeling assumptions is that these airframes fly in a limited envelope. They don't go very high in altitude. They have a limited speed and limited distance. They're really talking about, and especially if they're talking about fighter planes, military planes, they do a lot of very high speed maneuvers and turns in a very small operating envelope. So it really doesn't matter that the Earth is curved or that the Earth is rotating because of the envelope they fly in. We can assume that they're flat and not rotating. And by the way, these papers move the center of gravity, the center of frame of reference to the center of gravity of the plane. So even if you wanted to account for a rotation of the Earth and the curvature, you can because it's right there. And this is something I point out to him. This is one of the papers. This is for very high altitude flying aircraft. This is actually for missiles, where if you accounted for the rotation of the Earth, you can actually decrease your flight time and increase your payloads. So, and a lot of these papers discuss the alternate globe version of how these things can work and how you can benefit from it. It just makes the calculations a lot more difficult, is all. And I should. Is it so? Oh yeah, it's still running, right?
Yeah, so where am I here? I've got it at about 1:25 is where we're at right now.
Yeah, this I should have closed this by now. I don't know why I haven't. There we go. Now I'm going to scroll down. And then so he whines about this. And do you realize that it says this is a problem, which it didn't. It says increase putting the rotation into the problem, into the equations is what it's talking about. And I talked to him about that. You can we can keep going here.
Yeah, a problem isn't a problem. A problem is a question.
Right. So it's actually saying that it's beneficial. And I pointed that out to him a second time because he's dumb as a bag of sand. They couldn't figure it out the first time. And he never does. He whines about this again. But you said it's clearly says it's a problem. It says inclusion of the rotation of the flat Earth into the problem will be, beneficial. And this guy talks, you're arguing with a grown man who calls himself Petey. Yeah, well, there you go. So this, I'm going to gloss, there's just nothing here. So now this is the paper. You can pause this one a second. So this is the one paper that it amazes me that flat earthers use this one. I'll get to you in just 1 second, Matt. This paper is specifically about the detection of gravity waves. But the fact that it says something about an assumption of a flat, round, rotating Earth in the derivation of the equations is irrelevant to them. Didn't even read the paper. But it's funny that they're using a paper about the detection of gravity waves as evidence that the Earth is flat and gravity doesn't exist. Matt, go ahead.
Yeah, isn't it? They use the same one about the modeling of an aircraft because if this is a paper about so that I've had this argument as well with somebody else is that in that same paper it says that in the model you're assuming that the aircraft is a constant mass and is a constant constant rigidity, which it isn't. An aircraft in real life doesn't, but you have to make that assumption in order to make the model.
Yes.
So they can't seem to. If they're going to say that it's a flat rotating Earth, they've got to accept that as well. So really, it just throws out their whole argument. But it's kind of on the same basis, really.
And to answer ugly German truths, I have been blocked only in one group, but I have been blocked by many of the flurf, and that's a good point too because then they bring up, well, why would you assume that if it's not reality and all this other stuff, but in that case, assuming a rigid airframe and a constant mass is actually conservative because it gives you results with higher forces, moments, and stresses. So when you go off to design your aircraft, it allows you to really over-design. Commander, I think you're up next.
And isn't the LIGO detector also designed where the laser, the vacuum chambers for the laser are actually straight and built straight, where they took the shape of the Earth into account
Yes.
So that it would be straight.
Exactly. That's why the elevation, you can actually, I think Blue Marble Science has a few really, really good videos on it if anyone's interested. But yeah, that's exactly right. Lokifish.
Yeah, isn't in some of the prefaces of these reports where they establish the parameters required for the experiments and the calculations? Isn't in some of the prefaces they explain as to why they simplify and presuppose non-rotating flat plane, aircraft of rigid frame, stuff like it? Yeah, why do they completely skip all that and just jump to one line?
And why would they use a paper on gravity waves to prove gravity doesn't exist?
Yeah.
Well, in all of those papers too, in the very beginning, usually, sometimes it's at the end, they'll have a list of the variables and define them for all the equations. And there's always G, the acceleration of gravity, and it's in feet per second squared in most of these papers. Except the later versions, it's actually in meters per second squared. So they just skip over that part, the fact that it says gravity, and this is going to become a salient point here in a minute. Okay, Dick, we can restart the video.
All right.
This is me using OBS on my screen, my desktop. And I'm about to click on the picture. I'm about to click on the picture. There we go. You really can't read it, so I had to open it in a new frame too. Globe deniers, when they realize that they're using a paper on gravity waves to prove the Earth is flat.
No, oh god.
And then I talk about the gravity waves. Thanks for conceding the existence of gravity. Welcome to the globe. Woohoo! So, yeah. It's the very first. This is the very first paragraph in the paper. Talks about this paper is about detecting gravity waves in atmospheric oscillations. So it's like, you guys couldn't even be bothered to read the first paragraph of the first page. And I love it when they use this paper as evidence that the Earth is flat.
Yeah, but look at the actual body of it. It starts with the word "the." If you're stupid enough to believe flat Earth, your eyes are already glossed over. That's too much.
Yeah. And the equations get kind of deep in these papers too. There's a lot of integrations in them. So yeah, they don't read any of that because they can understand none of it. So
yeah. Shall I keep it running?
Oh yes, keep on going.
Okay. I sped it up a bit because that way I can just pause and start as you want me to, right?
Good idea, because it's running slower than I thought it would. And here's where it starts to get really weird. This is a rather unexpected reply. So basically, he's going to the appeal to definition logical fallacy by talking about the word gravity. And it's not something reserved for just heliocentrism, he says. And he actually goes on later to talk about, flat Earth gravity. I'm like, so you're saying, because now he's trying to save face because everybody's pointed out to him the hypocrisy of using papers from NASA that you say lie and the fact that they all use gravity in every single one of their sets of equations. So now he's trying to save face. And he's the first guy that I have seen try to actually talk his way around gravity without saying it doesn't exist, and sort of concedes in it that there is such a thing as a flat Earth gravity, which is nothing new. Bob Nodell is one person who also believes that gravity does exist. So yeah, we can move on now. This is this is new for me. I've never seen anybody try to argue that gravity's in there for some real reason not related to a globe.
Yeah, that's odd.
Yeah, it is very odd. And I try to tell them, it's like these are engineering papers. They certainly do mean physics-based accelerations. And he points it out again. Now he takes this to the point of starting a subthread under his thread. Rather than answering me specifically, he goes, Flat Earth documents referencing a flat Earth, not spherical Earth. So what you think gravity is on, what do you think gravity is on a flat Earth? Gravity is reserved for heliocentrism alone. Gravity is a connection to weight. Gravity can weigh heavily on one emotions. So now he's sort of trying to save it as there is some sort of weight gravity thing on flat Earth. And I was like, nah, these papers literally define G as an acceleration, so stop lying. So, and it's kind of amazing, that he's going off and he's even pointing him out. And this one's kind of interesting too.
It's right there.
Look at the top one. Is it paused?
Yeah,
the top one, it shows the acceleration of gravity in feet per second squared. And then the acceleration of gravity at sea level. So this paper actually takes into account difference in acceleration based on altitude.
Yeah, which is true because gravity.
Normally you don't take that into account, but I guess I chose this for one of the papers that talks. It's probably going suborbital, where you might need to take that into account when you're trying to figure all the stuff out. So, explain that, Flurfdom. Show you how your electroflurfspectivism has different accelerations based on altitude.
Gravity is not an autonomous field modality. The fuck did you just say?
Exactly. So we actually have a Flurf try to talk his way around gravity. Okay, we can go on.
Okay,
without actually having to say, because he's trying to save face, because the paper's about flat Earth, so therefore I have to figure out how to make gravity not be a thing to worry about. So he asked me if I know what gravity is. Do you know what gravity is? Well, yeah, I'm a familiar. And I even point to the report, referred him to that paper up thread where we talked about the difference in rotation. Gravity in relation to a flat Earth, not a heliocentrist. So you admit there's an acceleration due to gravity. Interesting. Purple, you had something to say?
I'm just trying to figure out, if you don't have gravity, how does anything have weight?
Yeah, well, most flat earthers would just say density, buoyancy, because somehow that becomes a force all on its own.
Yeah, buoyancy doesn't work either unless you've got...
What, Commander?
Don't you need a vector, somewhere
Absolutely.
for the force to direct itself?
Yep. And how do you have buoyancy without an applied force? Buoyancy is literally a reaction force.
Right, you don't.
Yep.
It would just sit there.
Yeah, there's some good ISS videos where they do just that. Actually have a ball of air floating around in the middle of a bag of water and doesn't go anywhere. It just stays there. Okay, we can get it moving. Petey Overton, he's funny. He's so desperate to salvage his papers.
Yeah, he is getting desperate now, isn't he? You can tell.
Oh yeah,
he's trying to.
He's trying his best to try to figure out how can I make these papers still applicable to a flat Earth and still reference gravity in some way, shape, or form without it being gravity on a globe. It's like, you can't, dude. Stop it. Actually, technically, they can. If they just accepted gravity as a thing, most of these discussions would go away, and we'd be talking about, why doesn't it make the Earth a globe, a sphere, rather than... But no, they have to make up some shit to try to make gravity go away.
Yeah, but I mean, if they're gonna start at least accepting gravity exists, even one form or another, there's something to actually build on, because it's got to all fall apart as for the reasons that you've just explained. So
exactly,
it's a start, at least, I guess.
I'd like to know how Bob Nodell deals with it, because I remember seeing a video a couple of years ago where he was talking, I think it was on Globebusters, with Jaron, and because Jaron doesn't believe in gravity, and Bob Nodell actually used a gravimeter as evidence that gravity exists. And he's right, because an absolute gravity meter actually shows that gravity must exist. All right, is it moving? Let's go. Move on a little bit here. Yeah, he talks about, in regards to the flat Earth model, gravity, we can do something. And then there's a couple things here that I don't really know what they mean. Facts are nothing more than an individual's understanding. And a fact is an unspoken reality. Can someone tell me what that means?
No.
Fact is an unspoken reality. That makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
No. Intellect is an unspoken non-reality in his world.
In his
world. Yeah.
I just thought of a fact. I know it's a fact because I didn't say it.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Yeah.
And then this is the rest is just, we're talking about, I don't even know what this post means. Models without evidence. This is where I sort of now he's changed his tack because we were talking about models this whole time. So it's like, then if they're not evidence, then why are you using them as evidence? That kind of throws him for a loop. It's like, did you read that before you hit the send button on that post? No, you fucking didn't, douchebag. Because you give them enough rope and they always trap themselves. Always.
Yeah. This is where they like to point out to you, although they don't say it, they only show it, that they don't really understand their own arguments because they get tripped in them, right?
Yes, I have not found a flat earther who understands their own arguments. No, I really haven't. Which is why they can't explain them. And we'll get to because in one of the videos, actually, let's scroll down because we're going to see what I linked to here.
Want me to?
And we started talking about models, and basically what I say is that the globe / barycentric model, it literally explains and predicts every single real world observation, every single one of them. And without contradiction, and accurately does it, and can be years, decades, or even centuries in advance. And flat earthers cannot predict even one real world observation, not even one. And I like to include this video clip I have, which I put at the end of this video, which we definitely have to see. So when we we can get there. So.
Yeah, we're close now. We're at 8 minutes of 9 minutes and 10 seconds, and I'm sped up right now.
See here at the bottom where I quote whatever nonsense he said about about NASA. Yeah. Do you realize that FE and GE run off the same material? What the fuck does that even mean? I don't even know what that means.
No,
and
I'm not going there. No.
That's basically the last thing I really have to say to them of any consequence. So we can jump right to the clip that I love to use when they're starting to he says it could predict anything. So I said, okay, well, predict for me the high and low tides. It's on December 31st in New York Harbor. Show your work. And that's pretty much the last thing. He left after that.
Do you think he doesn't realize what F and G actually are, what they mean, or what they stand for? Because I mean, like I said, that makes no sense.
No, it really doesn't.
F and G are made of the same material. What?
Yeah.
Did you think that there's some sort of materialistic thing that you can actually hold in your hand or something? Gravity and fucking force.
Apparently,
I mean,
they just interpret dirt differently than we do. I guess I don't know. Get a handful of sand. Yes, you think that's sand, but it's so much more.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well, let's play this clip, and then I've got something. Yeah, and okay, so we're gonna rock this one, and then I got something to show you guys because I've got something really cool. So let's get this in.
We don't need to make a model. We don't need to make any assertions that you'll then trap us on because you know that we can't prove anything because we've got a P900 and a compass. It's just disproportionately unrealistic to argue that we should have a model. How should we have a model? There's no science for a flat Earth.
And I play this for flat earthers, and they just go ballistic.
There's no model. There's no.
And when we don't.
Sorry. God damn, one of my off buttons is not working.
And flat earthers just don't get how ironic that statement is. Because in order to be able to make a single claim for a flat earth, you got to have a model and you got to have some science related to a flat earth. Otherwise, you're just making shit up. So which is it? Are you making shit up or do you have a model? Nope, they got nothing and they know it. LOL, P900 at compass is all you need to pull stuff out of your anus confirmed. That's exactly right.
I don't know. I could probably provide some very nice evidence of the globe Earth with just a P900 and a compass.
Absolutely.
So why can't they provide evidence of flat Earth with just a P900 and a compass?
And here's the ironic thing, that a standard magnetic compass won't work on a flat Earth. You take a compass, like if I were to go to the store and buy a standard compass right now and I go south of the equator, guess what? That compass doesn't work right anymore because now it's like angled inside of its case and you don't get an accurate reading. There are compasses that are made to work in either, there's even special ones that are made to work in both hemispheres, north and south of the equator.
Yeah.
And it's called magnetic zone balancing. And they start to get kind of expensive when you get those too. But compasses are literally evidence of a globe.
Sorry. Is it me, or since Riley made that statement? I mean, that was a while ago now.
Yeah.
But have you noticed that there seems to be a lot more flat earthers actually taken on board now? This I'm not a flat earther, I'm a globe skeptic thing. So I think they've taken on board what he said, and there seems to be like a growing trend of that since then. So I think they probably listened to him. And they think, hang on a minute, we've got no science, we've got no model. What else can we do? Oh, let's shift the burden of proof. You know?
Well, that's what Oakley always says. Well, we don't have to prove there's a flat Earth. We can show it can't be a globe, and that's that in a nutshell. We're not going to give you any evidence of a flat Earth because we know we can't. So we're just going to show you that it's impossible for it to be a globe. What are we looking at?
Well, here, this is some footage. This was gotten through our NASA contacts, and this here is proof positive of gravity. Now, you'll watch how the rocket has to use the retro rocket to slow down for the landing. So just, watch here. This is absolute proof to any flat earther out there. Here we go.
I can tell you, I sucked at this game. I really did.
I was good. I was good at it.
I loved it. Yep.
Yeah.
coming in. Look at that gravity. Oh, going for the big platform. Look at this. Yeah. Balls of steel.
He wants the high scoring points.
Yeah. Ooh. Phallus up.
And then he fires his engines again. He goes even higher. What? Why did he do that?
Useless. I don't know. Just to waste fuel. Yeah. Degenerate. Okay, here we go. Look at gravity, acceleration. Here it comes. Here it comes. Wait for it. Oh, gravity confirmed.
I think at one time that was cutting edge. A video game that performed calculus.
What do you mean video games? It's a simulator. No, you realize that the millions that NASA spends every single day, most of that goes in bags of quarters to train their astronauts.
What are you talking about? That wasn't a game. That was a really serious simulation. Just behave. Anyway, can I go on?
Well, between Moonlander there and asteroids, there's a lot to learn.
Yeah. Can I have permission to, or can somebody actually please mute Ugly German Truths? Because he said about that game, he said boring, Philistine.
No,
behave.
Yeah,
can we pause him, please? Somebody.
I prefer the game Hemorrhoids myself.
Oh dear. Yeah, well, for you, that's not a simulation, as we know.
Yeah. Well, judging by the time and whatnot, we should probably get ourselves into roundtable wrap-up mode and whatnot here. So let's pull a name out of the hat and get them to take us around the table. Matt, M2M, why don't you do roundtable for us?
Yeah, of course I can. Let me just get some crap out of the way here, because I've got stuff all over the place and trying different things, and it's getting in the way. Now get out.
Try a better hat.
Speaking of the mic, Matt.
Speaking of the mic, sorry, I was leaning over to do stuff like that, saying it out. Why don't we just stop at the top of the list? Why don't we start with Lokifish? What do you think of tonight, and what are your final thoughts and wrap-ups, please?
I'm sorry, I'm still filling out the medical claim for the brain damage from those videos earlier. By the way, thanks, Mike, for actually saving us from that. That was really good. That was really good.
Yeah, whatever.
Nice. Nice one. Next up, Charlie, what are your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, sorry, I've been quiet. My sister's chihuahuas are going fucking insane the entire time. But yeah, that was some new depths plumbed indeed. Thanks, Mike.
Appreciate it. Nice one. And have we? I wonder now. Have we got any notes from our one, the only Mipet down under? Where is she? Is she there?
Yeah, I'm here. Unfortunately, I've had not dogs. Well, I mean, worse than dogs outside in my street this morning.
Oh damn!
Yes, I've been learning some new swear words. It's been fun.
Oh, the human dogs. You mean like the human type of dogs?
Yeah.
I mean, those. Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, notes.
Notes. Yeah, that guy at the beginning. My God, I just wanted my ears to be covered so my brains didn't leak out. How dare you do that to me without warning? And Mike just finds the depths of pure fucking idiocy on Facebook all the time, and he's so happy to share it with us, Mike. Thank you for that. Not. But yeah, great night tonight, guys. Thanks for that. I've been, as you know, I haven't been feeling too fab this week. So yeah, really appreciated the laughs tonight. So thank you, and thank you everyone in the chat for coming and giving me a smile again today. I appreciate you all and everyone on the panel. Thank you.
Oh, I'm feeling the love. Oh, Mipet, I hope you get better soon. I'm starting to cry, Lily.
No, don't cry. I'll be okay.
I'm very emotional.
I'm all right.
Okay, let's go on to the next on this. We've got orange, purple, final thoughts, wrap-ups, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, you can't even debunk this stuff because...
Oh, hello.
You know, you at least need there to be a coherent statement before you can start to refute it.
Also true. Also true. DKG, I'm sure you got something to say. DK, come on, let's go.
Well, I've got a big smile and I'm sitting on it. Yeah, well, what a load of shit from that guy at the beginning. You know, it was absolutely astonishing. I think we need more of that.
we need more new derp, don't we? We just
it's not even derp. It's this unintelligible gibberish. But you know, like most things in Flat Earth, it just highlights the fact how fucking stupid the whole concept is, or any of these concepts. they got fuck all but gibberish. So yeah, I say more.
Yeah, I agree totally. I'm going to leave Mike till last, so let's go with Commander 401. What have you got for us?
Well, tonight was a display of, well, let's put it to you this way. Flat Earth toilet snakes. Just a pile of poo.
Yeah. And we've got the Fat Controller with the long hair, Mr. Dick Dawson. What have you got for us?
It gotta be the Big Grub Muffin shout out for that first cat. That was some crazy stuff. I'm scared to think what would have came out of the Time Layers video, but I'm sure it would have been nuts. And yeah, Mike, thanks for the trip down the toilet hole. That was lovely. Can't wait to claw myself back out. But thanks everybody for joining us and coming to watch and yada yada blah blah blah. And absolutely, I'm out. Good.
I'll just go on my final thoughts as well. Just want to say I hope my audio comes through really well. But I just want to thank Dick Dawson for his help with my audio issues for the last couple of weeks, and we've got there at last. I've got some new audio from a device, so I really appreciated it. Thanks very much. And going to start a new live show next week because of this new audio equipment coming out. So it's going to be better for that as well. So really appreciate your support, Dick. Appreciate it. Thank you. And so. Cool. We've got Mike Bertelson. So why don't you take us out, Mike? What have we got?
I got to say that 3 guys in a swimming pool floating a power strip on their flip-flops so that they can make grilled cheese sandwiches while they're swimming is not nearly as stupid as this first guy we saw. That was some, that was some serious stupid level. I mean, there's no words to cover that. And it was interesting to see a Flurf sway to try to dance around gravity to save face in his thread and failing miserably. So, yeah, that makes life pretty interesting sometimes. And Moon Landing, I missed that game. That was such a good game.
Oh, yeah. I love that one, too. Well, I think we can definitely say this. We're probably done for the night.
Say good night, gentlemen.
Good night, ladies.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah,
Good night, all.
You're all nuts.
Don't make grilled cheese sandwiches on your garden, please.
It's over. Go home.